Yep. Good evening, everyone. So yesterday we learned about all different types of events. How do we work with the events? While working with the events, yeah, I showed you various categories, how to manage them. Now means button events, clipboard events, and miscellaneous events, how to handle them and work with them. So next, after understanding about events, means how to deal with the events, we will see one more category. So another category you need to understand is about timer events, actually. Timer events. I hope you already learned in JavaScript timer events. We have like set timeout. We have like clear timeout. Clear timeout. We have like set interval. Another one we are having like clear interval. These all under timer events. Generally, with events handling, a lot of other technical things also we will discuss. But what is the purpose of these timer events? Can you tell what is timeout purpose is? Any idea? What is the purpose of timeout? Anywhere you used it, timeout? Intervals, timeouts. Actually, in interviews, they ask the same concept with different technical words. I will give you FAQs after the end of events. After the end of events, we will have one session on only FAQs up to events, on events. Means what are asked mostly in interviews for fresher and experience. What is purpose of timeout? Anybody? Delay the execution. Yes, good. Actually, timeout purpose is nothing but when any task is given, the task is immediately performed. If any task is immediately performed, then there is no scope for the previous task. Sometimes the previous task is a complex task and it needs some time, and you are not giving the time to perform the task and you are sending another task immediately. Due to this, what will happen? Memory will become overhead and automatically application ceases. That means you can say application hangs. Why usually application hangs? Because you given tasks one after another in a way that it don't have time to finish the previous task. Then generally what we do, we will delay the task and execute it after certain amount of time that you can manage by using set timeouts. Set timeout. For example, see, means just the purpose, how it works, I will show you. Suppose here we are having some function. First, just we will take a simple HTML one to understand actually. So in a heading, there is a heading and here we have a constant. So we are having message, MSG, and we have set MSG, use state. It's a string type. Now we have some function, some M1 is a function, or say message1 is a function. Set message, we will put a message hello. Okay, we will write another function, message2. This function set message as welcome, I'd say some how are you. So, and another function, message3, and set message, we will see welcome to React, something like this. Now, I want this message to display here. I want to display the message. Now, this message should execute. I will put here class as text center. This message should execute. All these messages should execute. Then what we are doing, when they should execute, I will write some button click, or I will use onload. Onload means I have to write, how to write onload. We learned now, we have to use a hook called use effects. Use effects is a hook which is used to define the actions to perform when component is mounted, component is loaded. Suppose you are writing on any button click. Suppose here we are creating, we are writing a button. So on this button, I'll say show message. Okay. On this click here, on click, handle click. Okay. We will write a function that is handle click. It should call the three messages, message1 function, message2 function, and message3 function. We are calling all three messages. First message, second message, third message. Now let's see here. In the design, I will click on show message button. Then it is displaying welcome to React. Which message displayed? Last message displayed. What about previous? Previous messages executed or not? Previous messages executed or not? They executed. Have they displayed or not? Displayed, but your eye cannot catch the speed, the gap between the messages. Your eye cannot catch that speed. That's like, that is the reason you feel like it is displaying only last message. Actually, it printed the first message, immediately it printed second message, immediately it printed third message, but you can see only last, because there is no time. Now, this type of tasks, it's good, it is doing the work fast. But if any task is heavy and it is occupying a lot of memory and it is doing a lot of work, and while it is doing a lot of work, you force another work, then it leads to ceasing the task. Suddenly it hangs up. Why? Because it is unable to manage the memory. That means usually when you are using lot of applications, suddenly they hang up. Your phone also hangs up. Why they hang up? Because lot of tasks are given. And when lot of tasks are given, it is unable to manage the memory. Then immediately it ceases. So when you are giving complex tasks and you think that user may give another task immediately, then even when the user gives the task, we will not execute the task. We will delay. That means we will make the task sleep for some time and release after some time, so that it allows the previous task to finish without any interruption. This is very important. That means user will not wait. He will give immediate, but we can make the tasks wait. This is very important to handle lot of complex actions that you can do by using timeout. By using timeout, generally in web development, we use a concept called multi-threading. Multi-threading. It's a very big concept. Every web application is a multi-threaded application. Multi-threaded application. That means one application performs lot of tasks at a time. Every task is maintained in a separate thread. But these days, we feel that using lot of threads is heavy, not good for application. That's the reason these days we are not using these threads very much. We are using an alternative technique. That alternative technique, you might have heard about it. Async programming. We are not using threads very much. We are using asynchronous techniques very much. In JavaScript, you have options called async and await. Here in React, I will show you how to use async, await, and how to create asynchronous tasks. We will learn, because while working with the APIs, we need them. But without async and await, if you want any task to wait for some time and release into the memory, then generally we use timeout. Actually, in multi-threading, this is done by using a method called, generally we call this method as sleep. Any technology like Java, .NET, PHP, Python, all these multi-threaded developments happen server side, and we use a lot of multi-threading. Earlier we used to use, but now we are depending on a lot of async. So what is this sleep purpose is? It will make the task wait for some time and release into memory. Release into memory. This is done by using timeout. So what we can do here is, this message should not be released into memory immediately. Means should not be released into process. Means I will explain the scenario. Actually, this is the memory. This is the process and this is the memory. That means we are having process and we are having memory. What happens is, these three tasks are loaded into memory. All these three tasks are loaded into memory at a time. They are loaded into memory. When they are loaded, when you click the button, when handle click button is clicked, When button is clicked, these three are loaded into memory. That means in the memory, how many tasks are there? Message 1, message 2, and message 3. Now what happens is all these three tasks are released into process at a time. At a time, these three tasks are released into process. That is the reason you can see only the last task. Then what we will do now is we will make this message 1 will be released into process. Then message 2 and message 3 are locked. They are locked in memory. That means memory will not release them. It will lock them for some time. So once M1 is going to finish its work, then we will release M2. Then we will release M3. That means we are giving ample time for the first message to finish its work. Then we will release the second. All three are in the memory, but one by one they are released into process. This mechanism is timeout. So later I will tell you technical words. Many times people call event debouncing. People talk about event throttling, event debouncing. These are all technical words used for this concept. But these are general JavaScript concepts. We use some technical words for them in React, right? Those I will explain. In FAQs, I will tell you what are the technical terms used. Initially, this is simple. What I have to do, I need to make message 1, message 2, message 3, not release immediately, wait for some time. We will do that by using set timeout. Set timeout is a method. It is asking which function you want to lock. The function name. Function name is what? Message 1, comma, how much time you want to lock. I will lock this for 3 seconds. I will lock this for some 2 seconds. That means 2000 milliseconds. This is 2000 milliseconds. That means for 2 seconds, it will be locked. That means it is not released immediately. It will be locked for 2 seconds. What about second one? Set timeout. What is it? Message 2. Message 2, this is some 4000 milliseconds. Now remember, 4000 milliseconds means after first message, how many seconds? 2 seconds only. That means total wait time is 4 seconds. But first message is already waiting 2 seconds. After first message, second message is 2 seconds. That means it will wait only 2 seconds. Don't think that after first message 4 seconds. That means in the memory all are loaded at a time. Na? In the memory all are loaded at a time. But first one will be released after 2 seconds. Second one will be released after 4 seconds. It means the gap between two will be 2 seconds. 2 seconds. I can put here another one. What is it? Set timeout. Set timeout message 3. Here I will give some 6000 milliseconds. 6000 milliseconds to 2 seconds, or I will give 8000 milliseconds. Some 4 seconds gap. Now let's see. Now I will refresh this here. I will click on show message. When I click on show message, actually, hello, after 2 seconds, how are you? After that, 4 seconds, it will wait and welcome to React. Now this is good. That means earlier also this happened, but it was so fast that our eye cannot catch that. We will feel like only last one is printed. Many times people will tell that overwritten, not overwritten. It's not overwritten, all displayed. Only the point is we can't see this happening. We can't see that happening. That is the reason this is done by using this technique. Now that means now see, when I click on show message, in 2 seconds, it will load that. After that, it will load the second. After that, it will load the third. It will take some time because we given 4 seconds gap between second and third. So first, the functions are loaded into memory. From the memory, they are released into process. This happens immediately. But if you want, you can delay. That you can do by using timeout. So what is the purpose about timeout is nothing but, so set timeout. Set timeout defines the delay time for any task in memory. It defines the delay time for any task in the memory. And very important is here, remember, task is removed from memory and sent into process. This is timeout option. That means task is removed from memory and it is sent into process. That means what will happen? Actually, we have memory and we have process. In the memory, there is a task M1. What happens now? This task have to be released into process. What it will do? It will remove from memory and it will go into process. After the process, it is ended. Remember, the tasks are one by one released from memory. Released from memory means they will go out of the memory and into the process and they will finish the process. There is another technique. You can keep them in the memory and release into process. That's different. That means you can keep them in the memory and release into process. This is called interval. What is difference between timeout and interval? Timeout will execute the task how many times? Only once. But interval will execute the task every few seconds because it is not removed from the memory. And remember, in the memory, we have M1, M2, and M3. M1 is executing and it is taking some 5 seconds time. During this 5 seconds, if you want, you can delete this from memory. You can delete the other tasks from memory. You can cancel them. And make sure that you cancel them before they are released into process. That means when they are in the memory, you can delete them before they are released into process. And to do that, we need an option clear timeout. What is the purpose of clear timeout? Clear timeout will delete that task from memory. But it can do that only before it is released. Once it is released, you can't do. For example, you are doing some online transaction. When you are doing online transaction, once you click submit button, finish, done. Even you press escape key, close, nothing will be happening. It is done, finish. Once it is released, it is finished. It is time waste. That means you click the submit button and suddenly you close it. It is gone. On the spot you clicked it, it is submitted. Even you close, you press escape, nothing will happen because once it is released into process, you can't stop it now. You may close in your front end, but in the back end, it is processed. This is very, very important to handle, especially while developing applications from front end. Why? Because when we are developing front end applications, lot of issues we have to face from client side. Because client is not aware of how to use an app properly. Due to that, lot of mistakes he will commit. lot of unnecessary interactions he will do that we have to control. That means even he clicks 2 times, we need to submit only once. This all comes under securities. This all comes under the other React related concepts. So I already told you now. So many times people ask in interviews, what is security in React? Security in React. What is security in any application? You developed an application. If I asked, what is security in application? What do you say? If I ask you, you developed an app, what is security in this app? Security means what? Security means verifying user ID, password and given access. Is it security? No, that is not security. That is called authentication. That is not security. Security means preventing your application from hacking, preventing your application from data leaking, preventing your application from external attacks. That is security. Many people, when we ask what is security, generally they will say user ID, password, security. That is not security. That is authentications. Security means how to prevent our application from hacking, how to prevent our application from various attacks. Can you name some attacks on internet? Already you know, cross-site scripting attacks. Heard? Cross-site scripting attacks, SQL injection attacks. You heard it about them? These are all various attacks on our app. We need to prevent our app from those attacks. That comes under what? Security. That I will tell you. In React, we will learn that as a separate portion, separate part. We will learn authentication. We will learn security. But that is at the end of React, we have to learn how to prevent our application, how to protect our application from various attacks on internet, how to prevent it from injection attacks, how to prevent it from other posting attacks. These are all very important. For that, you need to understand such concepts, right? So now see how to cancel it. How do we cancel it? Let's see. This is set timeout. What is clear timeout? Clear timeout is nothing but clear timeout removes any task from memory before it is released into process. Before it is released into process. Let's try this here. Actually, now these are the tasks. Set timeout, message 1, message 2, message 3. This is. Now you see here, we are creating another button. And this is, I will put as cancel task 2. I am giving like this. I am saying cancel task. Task 2 means message 2. Message 2. I am just giving like this. That means what should happen is, when I click show message, the first message will come. After that, second message also comes. After that, third. But I don't want the second message to execute. It will be loaded into memory, but due to some reasons, I want to cancel it. I want to cancel the second message before it is released into process. Then how? Now remember, for that I have to write on click. What is it? Cancel click. I will write here. Now the point is, these 3 tasks are loaded into memory. Those 3 tasks are loaded into memory. So message 1, message 2, message 3. In which memory message 1 is present? In which memory message 1 is present? What is the memory reference for message 1? If you have to cancel, there must be some reference for that memory. Where index, where they stored first? They are in the memory, am I right? In the memory they loaded. What is this memory name? Have you given any name for memory? There is no name for memory. Then how you will cancel the task? Then what you have to do is, for every message, you need to allocate some memory separately. That memory should have a reference name. This will be M1. This will be how much? M2. This will be M3, like that. That means what we have to do, we have to declare here, we have to declare a variable M1, M2, and M3. These are 3 global variables, and M1 contains this message. Now, what is the memory reference for this function? The memory reference is M1. Then you can cancel it. Now, why I declared global? Because we need to access from another function. In cancel click, we have to access. If I declare here, it will be accessible only inside the function. So now here I am writing, this is M2. And here I am using M3. That means now 3 messages are there. 3 messages are previously loaded into memory without having any memory reference name. That is okay, because we don't want to control them. But now if I want to control them, every memory should have a reference name. Should have a reference name. Now you see here, I'm running this. This cancel click is not written. We have to write a function. What is it? Cancel click. On cancel click, I'm not writing any logic as of now. Click show message. It have to display first message, second message, third message, same as it is, but they are stored in memory now. Some reference is there. Now, when user clicks cancel, what should happen is clear. We have to use clear timeout. We have to use clear timeout. Clear timeout. Which memory we have to clear? That memory reference. What is the memory reference? M2. That is what we need to clear. That is how we are defining. That means the memory 2 is cleaned up. That will be cleaned up only when you click cancel. For example, you see now here, I am refreshing, click on show message. When I click on show message, then it will display first message, after that second message, after that third message, because I am not canceling. I am not canceling. I will do one thing, refresh, click on show message, first message is displayed, I will click on cancel message 2. I have to handle it. Before it is executed, I need to handle it. And you can see it takes a lot of time and directly third message will come. Why? Because I cancelled it. Of course, I am not showing any alert. We will put an alert so that you can understand. Alert so is nothing but message 2 cancelled. Okay. This message we will give. Now I refresh here. I will click show message. I am not cancelling. First message will work, second message will work, and third message also will work. Right? Now I will refresh here. I click on show message, first message, after that cancel, message 2 cancelled. I click OK, but I clicked later. I will use one more. Means before that it executed. That means it is message is displaying, it is executing in the background. We will remove that message. Now refresh this, show message, and immediately click this cancel. Second message is it should be immediate because it will release immediately into memory. What is it? Cancel message to. What is happening? Yeah. Now you can see it will wait and second message is removed, third will come. Right? I already told you, you have to do that before it is released into process. Once it is released into process, it will not work. Right? This is what actually you have to define by using set timeout, another one clear timeout. So this is one simple example for that. Just a example here for timeouts, how we can use timeout. Remember, this is a very common concept, and in interviews, they twist you with this concept. That means they will use some technical words. You will not have any idea. That means you will think that it is some new concept in JavaScript. But those technical words I will tell you. So many technical words are used related to events, right? Which you will come across in React interviews. I will explain those terms and I will explain why they are used in that way. Those words are used in that. But you know how to delay the task. How to delay the task. So one concept you understood. What is that concept? Any task that is given to application will execute immediately. If you want the task to wait for some time before the another task is finished, then you use timeout. But what is the concept about timeout is timeout will execute only once. That means actually how timeout works. Generally how timeout works. So you have memory. You have memory and you have process. Now we have task here. That means we have message 1, message 2 and message 3. So 3 messages are there. Now usually what happens? All these messages are loaded into memory. That means message 1 and message 2 and message 3 all are loaded into memory, and these all are released into process. That means they are removed from memory and released into process. Once they finish the process, they come out. If I want the first message again, then again I need to load into memory. Understood? That means it will execute only once. That means it will go into process, it will finish the execution and it will come out. If I want that message again, then again load into memory. But there is another technique. You can use interval. What is interval is, it will load your task into memory. After loading the task into memory, it will keep the task and it will release a duplicate of it into process. That means in 2 seconds, message 1 will execute. After that, that means this is removed. Understood? This is removed. After this is removed, another duplicate will be sent after 2 seconds again. That means now what is happening? Every 2 seconds, that work is happening. Till what time? Till you delete it from the memory. Till you delete it from the memory. If you delete it from memory, now it will stop. Otherwise, what will happen? Until you remove it from the memory, it will be executing so many times. Again and again, every few seconds it will be executing. This is called interval. What is difference between timeout and interval? What is difference is, timeout will delay the task, execute the task and finish the task. It will remove from the memory. Remember, this memory is which memory? Function memory. If it is function memory, Automatically after function is finished, it is destroyed. Is this function memory? No, it is which memory? It is memory related to component na. This is component memory na. In the component memory, these are loaded and they are used. When the component memory will destroy, when the component is closed. When you change from one component to another, then the component memory will be destroyed. Understood? This concept you will understand in a topic called component life cycle hooks. We will learn about component life cycle. There you will understand when component starts, when component ends, when memory start and when memory ends. Will this memory destroy? Will this memory destroy? This memory will not destroy until you close the component, until you go to another component. This memory is not related to function. This memory is related to what? Component. In component, several functions are there. Na? In component, there are several functions. So here, somebody asked this question, is that component memory is destroyed? Memory is not destroyed. Memory is not destroyed because this memory is related to whom? This memory is related to component. That means you see, this is the memory. This is the memory related to component. Na? In component, you have these functions. When this memory will be destroyed, when you move this from this component to another component, then this memory will be destroyed. Until that component is there, memory is there. How to move from one component to another, you will see that. We will learn that concept. For that, we need to understand component life cycle. We will learn about that. Initially, what is difference between timeout and interval? Let's see another option. What is it? Set interval. Set interval. What is set interval? Set interval, it loads the task into memory and releases into process. It releases into process without removing, without deleting from memory. Without deleting from memory, it is released into process. That means, so the task can execute at regular time intervals. Understood? The task can execute at regular time intervals. For simple example, we will see here. And how to clean up? We have to use what? Clear interval. Clear interval is nothing but it is used to remove the task from memory. Task from memory. That is what we do. Clear interval. Let's see one more concept here. Okay, what I am doing here this time, I am removing this all. Yeah. And here I will just keep a heading. And here we will put some dynamic data later. Yep. I will keep this class as margin top 4 also, right? Now here we have simply constant. This is time and set time. Okay, then use state. That is use state. And here we are defining. This is what type. Usually time is a simple string type. We will put a simple string type, or it can be a time type. That means we can allocate into memory new date. New date. That means what is this new date? New date is nothing but it will load the current date and time. It will load the current date and time, and it will store in time. For example, here I am displaying time. I am displaying this time. That means we are just displaying the time here. So you can see here the time is displayed, but we have to tell on when to display. On load. On load means what is the option we have to do? I will put here, we need to keep it empty initially. Remove this. On load means we will write a function here. Okay, function that is load time. Okay, and what it have to do? We need to define, we have to define set time. Into set time, we need to load some time. That means we will load, what is it? New date. Or we will create one reference here. That means where now is equal to new date. And what we will do is now dot to local time string. Understood? These are date functions. I hope you know the date functions in JavaScript already given the date functions. Get functions and set functions of date object we discussed. And you see here, this is loading the time. And I am displaying the time here. I am displaying the time. So what is it? Time. And when to load this time, I will use effect. Understood? Use effect is a callback function, and this will have no dependencies as of now. Already we learned how to use effect. On use effect, we have to execute a function. What is it? Load time. I'm using load time. Now, when I define load time, that means the time is loaded here. But time is not ticking. Time stopped. It is not ticking. Seconds are not changing. Na? It is not ticking. Why it will not? Because load time function will execute only once when component is loaded. That means I refresh the page one more time, then component will load again. At that time, what time is there, it will display. But I want this load time function to execute every second. Every second it should be released into memory. Every second it should be released into memory. So this load time we will give to set interval. Set interval. Into this we will pass the function name. What is the function name? Load time. What is the interval? 1000 milliseconds. 1000 milliseconds means 1 second. Every second it will load this. Now what is bit? If I give timeout, what will happen? Timeout means it will load one time and it will stop because it is removed from the memory. It is removed from the memory, but now it is present in the memory and it is released into process every second. Every second it is released into process. It is present in memory and released into process. That means now you can see that the time is ticking. That means we can display the time which is ticking every second. That means it is executing the time every second. That is what it is doing. This is done by using what? Interval. Suppose if I want to stop this, then so load into a memory reference and clear that memory reference. You need to clear the memory reference. That means, for example, I'm adding here this text center. I will keep this in a div. And here I will give class text center. Okay. And here we are adding few buttons. Suppose I am just adding 2 buttons there. We have a button, and this button is span, class name bi. So stop, we have some stop. Stop is there, some stop fill is there. Fill is there. Okay. Then I will keep another button. And here I will put here some play. That play is there, right? That is play. Okay. And the class name margin E2. Okay, some gap. Now what should happen when I click this button? the clock should stop. Remember, this is not stopwatch. This is system time. That means again when it starts, will it start where it stopped? No, it will start from current time. Current time. It is not stopwatch. We are just displaying system clock, right? But still we can control this. How? Now we need to use the option like this. That means we have to write here. We need to write. So this is loaded into memory and it is executed. Where is it executed? Set interval. We will declare a variable as timer. This timer is having this memory reference. Now what should happen when user clicks the button? That means we will write function as handle what click? Stop click. On stop click, what we have to do? Clear interval. What is that clear interval? Timer. It should clear the timer. That means now here we will put a option. This is stop. On click is handle. Stop click. That's what we are defining. That means it will stop that. Now here I click on stop, then it should stop that. Refresh. I click on stop, then it should stop at that location. Why it is